And what's up, YouTube? It's your pal Moonstone. If you're wondering,
Hey, Winston, where's your normal background?
well, the answer to that is I thought I'd spice up the background a little bit. I know it's nothing fancy, it's just my bed and all. But hey, I'm working my way up. I want to do some spicing up with my background, and I'm playing getting actual backdrops. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be going over two topics, which is Therians and furries. And hey, get those words on my face. Thank you. Now, I know what you're thinking. What's a Therian? What's a furry? If you watch the channel already, you probably know what furry is. But I'm going to describe what a Therian is. Now, if you don't know what a Therian is, I'll spell it out on the board. You're welcome. Now, a Therian, I'm going to describe this in the most vague way as possible. And by vague, I mean short. A Therian is someone who has a spiritual connection with a certain animal. Like, the animal could have been what they were in their past life, or basically what they identify as. Like, some people identify as a woman, some people identify themselves as a boy, some people identify themselves as trans, but they identify themselves with the stereotypes, which is basically the animal that they would be if they were an animal. Now, Therians and furries often get mixed up because of how similar they sound. Therians involve animals, furries involve animals, and the main difference, which I find the most obvious difference really, is that being a furry is basically just a hobby. However, being a Therian is basically not a choice. You're basically born with it for your whole life. You're basically born with a spiritual connection with a certain animal for your whole life. And your stereotype, you probably figured out before. If you've taken those test thingies you find online that tell you what animal you would be, well, that's how you figure out your stereotype. You took the test told you what animal you were, and boom, that's what your stereotype is. And now for the final thing that I've got to mention, I'm a Therian. Yep, that's right. I got a spiritual connection with a certain animal. I'm a Therian. I've been it all my life. I'll make a future video if I discovered that, but right now, I'm going to go back to the topic. Now, if you're wondering what my stereotype is, and a bit more obvious already, a stereotype is what animal that person would be, what animal they're connected to, and what animal they would identify as. My animal that I am a white wolf. And if the details of my fursuit didn't answer that question already, yeah, white wolf. So anyway, I can see why people would have thought that furries and Therians were the same thing. They're Therian mates, and there's fur mates, and Therians who are tails that represent the stereotype, and furries, well, they were fursuits. So you can probably see why the two things are so similar. But no, they're two completely different things. I thought I'd point that out. And can you be both? Can you be a furry and a Therian? The answer? Yes. Being a furry is a hobby, anyone can have it, and it's a great way to feel more connected to your stereotype. And can you be a Therian? Everyone has an animal that they're connected to, so if you really find the animal, if you really channel it, if you really become more connected to it, then yes, you could be a Therian and a furry. You can be both. You could be you. You could be the president someday. You could be a mermaid underneath the sea, which is really just a diver in a diving outfit. You could be the king of the universe or an astronaut. You could be all those things. It's up to you. And like I said, it's all about what you're born with and what you're meant to be. And there's a lot more to Therians than what I described, and there's a lot more to furry fandom than what I described. But again, that'll be a future topic for another video. If you have any questions you want to ask me about Therians, or my stereotype, or what it's like, feel free to comment down below, and I might be able to answer it. And there's one more thing I want to point out. My finals are coming up. Wish me luck, guys, and I hope to see you guys in another amazing video. But until then, peace. See you later. Bye.